Going live now. Hopefully everything sounds good. We're going to be doing a short stream today. I just want to do a test stream to make sure that this works correctly. Let me actually go over here real quick. Let's see if this is actually working right now. Come on. Yeah, here we go. Go in here. And I should be able to, yep, not made for kids. I'm going to be just testing this for an hour or two. See if this behaves as we want it. And doesn't break things in really bad ways. Hopefully this is fine. We will see how the network bandwidth works with us today. Hopefully my phone can meet the demands. Seems to be meeting the demands. It's saying excellent connection from YouTube. That's kind of crazy. So, yeah. So, waiting for this to launch. Going to open up Unity. And we're going to just try coding in the park today. Going to see if it connects well. So, spoiler alert, but this is how streams are going to look like once we go to Puerto Rico. And I'm hoping that this doesn't cause too many issues when we go there. If connectivity works well, I might end stream soon. We're going to be going for like an hour or two. I'm trying to stream in a bit more of an unorthodox place instead of using the chair, because I'm not sure where I'm going to be sitting. Maybe I could be sitting on the ground, and that's what we have to work with. And if that's the case, then we got to make do with what we can make do with, right? So, wait for Unity Hub or Unity to stop loading or start loading, and hopefully all is well in OBS land. If I can find OBS. It sucks being back on Windows 11. Frankly, I actually hate Windows 11 or Windows products in general, but I haven't actually gone through the effort of updating this laptop to properly utilize Ubuntu or anything, so I'm going to have a nice long plane ride to do that kind of configuration. So I'm going to have plenty of fun time to dabble around with that, see if anything works with it. Yeah, very different from what the regular stuff we're doing. 2 weeks of this kind of guerrilla style coding. Hopefully not on Windows for the entirety of it. Hopefully on the plane flight I'm able to update this bad boy to oh no. What's going on here, YouTube? What's going on here, YouTube? How's my upload right now? Upload is struggling. We're back to 2000 something hundred. So we're going to see how well this works. Hopefully we can operate the entirety of the stream largely fine. That is my hope for today. That is my hope for right now. Everything runs hopefully fine. Let's go to the testing, because I think I have a site called Testing Grounds, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see if this is the right one, or if it's something else. Let's see here. Let's see if this is the one we have in mind. Now I'm also realizing that I'm gonna have to maybe get the, yeah, we have the test materials in the ground. Yep. It's also gonna be interesting to see how this renders using DirectX 11. I don't think there should be any issues caused by this, but you never know, man. You really don't. Anything could go wrong here. Alright, let's just press play and see how this bad boy runs. Let's see how many... Yeah. I'm not fully convinced about swatching this to Linux, because I also need a Windows machine to test this game on, because it's not always a guarantee that what I do on Linux is going to be fine. In fact, it's kind of a guarantee that things are not always going to be fine. So we're going to have it. It's not OpenGL. Are we using OpenGL? No, we're using DirectX 11. We're using DirectX 11 for this bad boy. We're using OpenGL on Linux world, but over here we're in the world of Microsoft. I know, I hate it. I hate it, man. I hate that I'm a Microsoft. I don't like it either. But I haven't done the nice upgrade. What's up, John? I'm new to chat. Well, welcome aboard. Welcome to chat. Hopefully you enjoy. And I'm realizing now that I'm not seeing the cone light here. I know we added a cone light while we were doing our changes the other day, but I don't see it here. We have our 2-point light data, but I don't see the cone light, which is very suspicious and scary. Free BSD? Maybe one day. Maybe one day. Maybe one day we'll do free BSD. But for right now, I at least want to get this working on Linux, and we're working on Windows and Linux fine. So we've been in Linux land. That's my go-to. I love Linux, man. Linux is my baby. But right now, we're forsaken back to Windows land as I go abroad. I guess Puerto Rico is technically not abroad, but I guess it is. What are you doing? What are you doing? Building a game? Yes, I am. So last time we've been working on some custom light stuff because we're not using Unity's lighting pipeline. We're using our own light model. So I have this custom lights, for example, that don't exist in Unity, obviously, which is like this 2-point light where you can make a line light. We have a simple point light, and then last time we were working on a cone light because that's a basic thing that every game engine or game should probably have. And for some reason, one reason or another, that wasn't working. So I think if I do a duplicate, and we're going to see if we can fix this today, and if not, it's fine. This stream is mostly just to do some testing to see if I can even stream on the go using mobile data and internet, and if everything is going to be fine that way. So I'm going to use the cone option. Hopefully this should update. And it does update, but it doesn't look great. And we did a bunch of math. Bug, obviously. Yeah, Windows 11 is a bug. Windows 11 was a big bug. Oh, you're saying obviously a bug. My bad. But I still stand by it. Windows, Mac OS, really they're just big bugs, dude. Anyways, so this is supposed to be a point light. And obviously it's not it's not acting like a point light. Let's do this, and then an intensity of, let's say, 3. So yeah, we did a bunch of implementation last time, and at least last stream it was actually kind of working, but maybe streaming at the evening wasn't a great idea outside, because like this is when all the bugs come out, ain't it? I have to battle bugs out here and in here. Oh well, we're going to try our best. Let's open up Rider, and we're going to have to investigate what's even going on here, because even our little... We're not rendering the edge thing, so that's fine. But at least last time we were able to have some kind of graphics appear. But for whatever reason today, it's just not popping up for us. It's not popping up for us. So we're going to have to figure out what's going on here. No, Rider, I want you to be on this side of the screen. Gosh, I hate Rider. Not Rider, I hate Windows 11. I miss having my i3 window manager. I miss how great it was to navigate. Now, like, I can use Vim motions outside of Vim. Outside of an IDE, I could do it with Windows. But now I'm like here, back in Windows 11 land, and now Vim motions is relegated to here. The streaming is fine so far, thank you. Yeah, if it goes bad, just let me know, okay? I'm just trying to see how well and how far we can go here. before things fall apart, or maybe things don't fall apart. Maybe things are just great. A light source that is subject, and everything goes good. The next time you guys see me, we're going to be streaming live from Puerto Rico. Maybe I'll be in a jungle. Maybe that's what we're going to do. I'm going to just be in a jungle, man. Or on a beach. A light source that is subject to the CC light model. Now let's figure out what's going on with this light source, because there's other things that are very important, and there's only really two places where I suspect bad things are happening, which is likely in the data I'm providing here, in the Cozy Light editor, light editor, or in the actual CC light model cgenc file, which is going to contain this whole function here. I just realized I'm still using the basic ID colors. I haven't customized my rider stuff. Are you using FSM to control the light source states? Like a dozen of them overlapping. FSM, what is FSM to control the light source states? You might have to clarify that for me. Hello, Mr. Ducks. Let's see if I can find this. Light data, type implementation. Yep, so we have our point light, we have our line light, and then we have our cone light implementation. And I thought I was just right, dude. I thought I was just so smart and intelligent, and that everything I had in mind was going to work as intended. Samir, we're developing a light model for a game. We're adding cone lights. This is what we're adding here. And right now, I keep trying to do I3 motions, dude. I keep trying to do my Alt and then my tab switch. I'm trying to add my own custom light sources to my Unity game project, because I think having your own light model gives you a bunch of freedom to do a lot of weird and wacky things, and I think it's pretty neat. But we're having problems here because I think I'm smarter than I actually am. So we're just going to revisit some of the data we're passing in here. Maybe I have some data on my main PC at home that I just haven't committed in push, which may be the case. Who knows? There's 4 usages of this bad boy. Let's see where they are. Where's the light? There we go. Cozy Light Editor. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about, baby. Okay, external. No, I don't want to decompile something that's very fundamental. No, get out of here. No, 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 no. I simply want to see our little custom editor we have here, which is handling the data passing to the struct, and that struct is the data is gained, stripped, and then parsed into arrays, and then thrown into the GPU for this CC light model. But yeah, we have to see what's going on here. So we have this cone, and then we, as a developer, have this editor, and we have a float field for the dot product threshold we're going to be using. We have a distance for how far down. This is going to be bound to the X, and this is going to be bound to the Y distance. That makes sense. This is exactly where I'd want the data to be. And we're not using data 2 at all for this. Or I think we have to pass, data 2 is going to be passed in a separate way, because I believe in update, bada bing, we got our data 2. We have our cone data. The dot product is X. Edge vector is this. Yeah, I have changes on my main PC that I didn't commit. Because I'm pretty sure I never ever... Yeah. And then we use edge vector. No. That's wrong. This is a simple fix. But one I should have committed from my main PC. We pass a down vector. Don't need this guy. I'll comment him out though, because we're going to need him later on. I believe that's the only main bug we have here. Or maybe I think also in the CC light model. I'm not sure if I actually see point line. Yep, we call the cone light process. So okay, hopefully if we're geniuses, this just works, or at least gets us back to where we were last time. And if not, I'm a fraud and I should go home and cry. And the dot product should be like 0.8, I believe. And here we go. So we're back to the bug we had now, where the cone is kind of like weirdly inverted, and if I get it too close, we start having this negative light value happen, which is not great. It's not great. It's not what we intended. It's not what we desired, but it sadly is what it is. So, what is a gamer girl to do? What is a gamer to do? We have this cone light that's getting bigger the closer the light source gets. That's weird. We have this negative value when you get very close to the surface. Not even clipping, just get very close. That's not great. So, let's just do some debugging, man. I think that is the best thing we have in our arsenal right now, is just seeing what's going on here. Double check our steps. So we have our position for the light source. That makes sense. We have the normal of the cone. So like the direction the cone is pointing in world space. This is world space. All the stuff we're doing here is in world space. It's spherical, not conical. What do you mean spherical? Oh, it's behaving like a sphere? I guess. I think so. It's probably, yeah. Honestly, it's probably... So let's see here. Because I thought I was clever. So we have our light position. We have our cone normal. We have our limit dot product threshold, which is we get from X. And then we have our cone distance, which is what we get from Y. That makes so much sense for me right now. Then we have our world position minus the light position. That's going to get us a vector from the light position to the world position of the fragment. That makes sense to me. We have the cone normal that we're getting the dot product of. So some fragment going around here somewhere, and then the dot product of that relative to the direction of the cone that it's facing. We have this limit where, okay, if this is outside of that threshold of this limit, this dot product limit, you know what? Something ain't right here. Something ain't right. And we need to go back and you have to go, or not, it's not that something's not right. It's outside of the cone, so we're not going to even bother lighting it. So we're just going to return. It's not going to even factor it in. And then once we get to this point, we calculate the distance, P distance from the world position and the light position, the position of the fragment to the light position, and see if it's even within the distance of the cone. This is not going to be accurate, but it should like behave mostly the same. Because if it's too far away, then that's beyond the distance. And then we return that, and then finally we do the whole compositing step for this light model. The whole step of compositing this, which is going to be, and 1 second, let me just do something real quick. Let me pause my YouTube playback here. If P distance is greater than the cone distance, we return. Yep, that makes sense. And then we just do our light model. So we have our direction, which is just the cone normal. We have the intensity, which is the distance from the frag to this. What's up? What's up, Livin? What's going on, man? And it's inversely proportional. Inversely proportional. 1 second, guys. I looked at the YouTube comments once, and then all of a sudden I lost focus. I just want to make sure my camera is fine. Yeah, this is kind of a bad idea to sit on the ground and have this big light source on my lap at night. It's okay. This is a test stream. We're going to see how it is in Puerto Rico. It's probably going to be worse. We'll see. Anyways, so we have this cone normal. We have this intensity here. We have this value. Intensity is inversely proportional. That makes sense to me. We might have to do some clamping here, but we'll see. We have this normalize. So we have the dot product between the direction of the cone and the normal of the surface, okay, we have that value, and then we have its lit is determined by that value times the intensity times 2 for whatever reason. We have some magic numbers, I don't even know. And then we invert. Okay, I don't know why we do this. We do this for point lights and it works fine. I don't know why we do it here. We do the clamping here. Is lit times 0. Why do we add this factor in there and then get rid of it here? I don't know. And then minus -1. So we double. Okay. Alright, and that's the end of the story. This is the same function we're using for just point lights. So there's nothing really too crazy going on here either. There's some magic numbers that I forgot what the reasons for them were, but they work fine with the point lights, it seems. So I'm guessing... Oh, there's also one other bug I realized, now that I remember, which is that, and it might point to the issue being somewhere to do with how we're not passing the transform data potentially. Because when we rotate it, it kind of works, but also kind of doesn't. I'm not sure you can see it. Let's update the intensity a little bit. Let's make it like 8. And let's try updating the transform. Hey, wait a second. Upping the intensity made it get less, and then... One sec, what is going on here? What is going on? Why is she doing this? What's the angle of the cone coming out of the light? The angle of the cone coming out of the light. What does that mean specifically? Are you talking about this line that's drawn here? That should be the world space down vector for this transform. Which, by the way, let's just verify that I'm passing data correctly here. Shall we, clowns? Shall we just check to see if I'm doing my stuff right? Well, we're getting the ops. Like, we're just going transform up and then getting the down vector because Unity doesn't have that down vector natively. But if we check, it says... Alright, we're just going to highlight this bad boy. The green axis of the transform in the world space, which would be the y-axis, and then we're making it go down. So, and that should always... It's not the same as vector down. Vector 3.down. It should be changing as we change our orientation or rotation of it. So I think that should be fine. We're setting it to the data to, I guess, buffer we have. Quote unquote buffer. And then the way we're drawing it here, to make sure it's like actually in the scene drawn relative to the object, is actually taking the start position, which is just the transform dot position of the object, plus this transform down. In this case, I'm multiplying it by the distance because that's going to indicate like how far do you want this to be drawn. But like, if I get rid of it, this will be the same thing, just normalized. So I think that should be fine. I don't think I'm crazy there. And how's the stream going? Are we chugging at all? Are we chugging on frames or anything? Hopefully we're not. That would be bad. But yeah, this is what's perplexing me. And I think if I solve this, we solve the heart of the problem here. Because this is updating correctly with like respect to some transform movement, like translation stuff is working fine. And the cutoff point is actually working correctly for this. But if this was conical, which by the way, great term, then this would look very different. But it's not. Let's change it to be normalized. Just why not? When this is normalized, how does life look like for us? Okay, it's probably not going to be... Well, we got something going on here. Let's look at this. Let's see if this is some kind of microcosm. So it's just straight up inverted. That's interesting. That's very odd and interesting. Okay, let's make this 5 now. How do we look? Yeah, it's weird. It's like it's inverted or something. This is very, very strange. I cannot lie. Let me also verify one last thing, which is that the cozy light model, or the light config, is passing the correct data to the GPU as well. Because that was the other suspicion of mine, was that maybe, just maybe, we're not passing the things we think we were passing. Okay. Cozy light config, or settings, I think. That's actually the correct one. Yeah, and it has the enums for the different types. So that's fine. We have the fog distance. We have fog colors. That's all for the fog things. We have the data 2. And then data 2's. Where's data 2? Yeah, there's light data 1, there's the cache property right there. So okay, that should be fine. Let me format this a little bit easier so I can read it in very small form factors. Yeah, you pass light data 2 from this instance, and then you pass it there, light data 2. Oh, you know what? Maybe, I don't know. Is living as 1, is living as false here. That's fine. You do update light data 2 here too. And then the final part of set global vector array. Yeah, vector array here. Data 2, data 2. So I don't see what can be going wrong here. Let's look at the data tier. We have hide inspector, but it is serialized. Yeah, nothing different there. Oh, brother. A mystery for the ages. I can tell you that much. Mystery for the ages. Also, I don't know how I'm going to stream in Puerto Rico, man. This is hot. So many mosquitoes. I don't know. I'm going to have to create like some kind of cocoon for myself. I'll have the camera be outside of my little cocoon tent. I don't know. How long have I been going for? It's currently 7:30. I said I want to do this for like maybe 30 minutes to an hour. Then you're getting close to that. Yeah, this is weird. I'm not gonna lie, guys. Very, very strange. Alright. Well, either way, sorry for the very short stream, but like I mentioned, today's more of a test stream. We're trying to see how things work here. Also, my bad. I didn't realize the camera went out. My bad. Very tragic. But, yeah. So, yeah, sorry we didn't get much more done today. I would wish to have done more. But we're gonna have 2 weeks where I'm just going to be able to do this kind of stuff. So, we're going to figure out all the kinks. But I think this has been largely a success for the most part. I don't think it's been that bad as far as the quality is concerned. So, hopefully you guys agree. And hopefully you guys enjoyed this little adventure we had ourselves here. And hopefully next time we'll